Hello, hello, YouTube. Hello, hello, everyone. I hope you're doing very, very well. Let me just make sure the audio is working. Hello. Yep, audio is working. Hope you're doing very, very well. And I have a really bizarre and kind of weird and kind of strange video that I want to put out today. There's two main concepts. We're going to put them into one, and it's going to confuse the living daylights out of basically most people that are watching this. Yeah, I guess let's just jump right in. So this is a little awkward. I don't necessarily love learning languages. Weird thing to say, right? Super duper strange. Definitely something that a lot of you are probably like, what the heck? Azren doesn't love learning languages? What is happening? What I really like, and I should be more specific, what I really like more than learning languages is what learning languages allows me to do, which is communicate and understand people. One of the big things that I'm extremely fascinated by is being able to understand how people think, what their mentality is, what their psychology is, what makes them tick, what they like, what they don't like, why they do what they do, a lot of those types of things, right? And so it's interesting that, at least for me, right, I guess language learning becomes almost I guess you could say a medium for me to do that. And that's all it really is. It's just a vehicle for me. And it's interesting because I think a lot of people who are in, there's not that many of us, but for a lot of people who are in the whole quote unquote polyglot, the quote unquote language learning, quote unquote, that kind of space and that kind of environment, a lot of people really like the process of learning the language. They like the self-studying, they like the textbooks, they like the sounds, and I like a lot of that stuff too, no question about it. But it is interesting for me to see that it's not like I just need to look at my actions. When I look at my day-to-day actions, I don't spend I spend a lot of time on languages for sure, but it's not like I live and breathe for studying languages. Isn't that crazy? There's so much more that I really like. Like I enjoy making stuff like this, right? Hi, Jessica. I enjoy making stuff like this. I enjoy like just running my own thing, running my own ship, running my own business and doing that. I guess for me, it's really fascinating that for me, the North Star is always just, am I feeling really happy? That's kind of my big North Star. And it's just fascinating. It's funny. I brought this up with some family the other day. One thing I just it's a random thought I had one day while driving is, wait a second, what if I just went and got a normal job? Screw the videos, screw languages, like maybe I'll still learn them, like I still like it and everything. I like to travel, I still really like that. Why don't I just go on a completely different path? And it was weird how, like in my brain, how okay I was with that. It was so okay. I was like, interesting. Now, I'm not planning on doing that right now, but it was just so interesting that it's just interesting that when you look at, I think a lot of people really think, oh, Azren's favorite thing is languages. And yes, I like them right now. They're a lot of fun. I'm really good at them. And I've got a whole thing around it. And it's a big passion of mine. Let's not get that confused. It's a big passion of mine, but it's not necessarily what the life has to be forever for the rest of my life. Crazy, right? It's a super, I don't know. It's really, really interesting. And I guess going into the second part of this video, like the completely unrelated piece of advice. And I guess it kind of is related, but I guess for me, right, one thing that's been working for me really well is to make sure that every single day I have I guess you could say, a primary focus. Like I've picked a specific type of task that I'm going to work on that day, and I make sure that day, that specific type of task gets completed. So whether you want to take that in a language learning sense, because it's a language learning channel, right? Whether you want to take that in sense of like, oh, today I'm going to work on vocabulary. Tomorrow I'm going to work on like that. Today vocabulary is the major focus of my studies. Tomorrow it's pronunciation, then it's going to be this, then however you choose to structure, or whether you take it in more of a global sense. It's really interesting how that's working for me right now. So I guess we'll wrap this. It's a little short little stream. I'm going to make probably another one in a second, but a different type of one. But I guess we just wrap it up with, I guess you could say, I really like languages, but it's not necessarily it's not like the one thing I'll be doing forever. You know what I mean? Like there's other things I like, and I'm way more, this is a better way to put it, I'm way more obsessed with just me being really happy and satisfied with how things are going, and way more obsessed with that than I'm obsessed with languages. Super crazy, right? It's very, I don't know. I don't even know why I felt like making this today. It just, something was like on my mind. I was like, I don't know. It's going to throw people. It's like what I was saying in the beginning. I really like psychology, and I'm really interested in how people react to things and what drives them and what, et cetera, et cetera. And it's so funny. I'm like thinking it in the back of my mind as I'm talking. It's crazy how I knew making this video would mess with some people's brains, and not in a bad way, but it would just be really surprising. It is, I understand that so inherently, because all you see from me, most of me, unless you know me in person and whatnot, basically what you see from me is language this, language that, learn this, learn that, study this, advice that, pronunciation course this, accent course that, you know, language, learning this, struggling with this, man, characters are hard, man, characters are easy, oh, accents are hard, accents are easy, accents this, that, the other thing. And all of a sudden I'm coming out saying, hey, so here's something awkward. You know, I don't necessarily, you know, not necessarily 100% in love with languages. I just like, it just happens to fit into a category of things that I really like, which is understanding people and getting to know them and being extroverted and having friends and analyzing people and understanding people and all of that good stuff. And so I thought it'd be, I don't know, I just thought it'd be a cool video to make, throw people for a bit of a loop, confuse you guys, give you a bit of a, I'm laughing, give you guys a bit of a weird, like, what the heck is going on here kind of moment. And yeah, I think it'll be a cool, I think it's a potentially, there's a project I want to work on, which is going to be really, I don't know, like, I think I want to do it, but it's going to be so funny. It's going to be so interesting. And this is going to be a really cool recall moment in that project, probably, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the line. More like when I get myself in the mental headspace to start the project, it's going to be, I don't really care if other people care, but it's going to be a really meaningful project for me. This whole video is a big inside joke with myself. No one even gets it, and I'm so okay with it. Anyway, peace out. I'm gonna be back, and like, for the people who are watching this live, or who are watching this within the next couple of hours, you know, you guys will see me live too. I'm gonna do a work/study with me. I've got some stuff, got a big list of things here that I gotta get done. So, but I don't really want to do it. So I'm gonna get on a work/study with me stream and jump into this list. So, all right, see you guys soon. I'm so excited. This video, I should call this an inside joke with myself. I thought that's what it should be called. All right, see you guys in a sec.